Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak shall have 5 minutes to address the court. Mr. Morgan, the district attorney has prepared and sent a letter to the Attorney General.
He did what?
He prepared a letter and he has sent it to the Attorney General.
He has sent it?
Yes.
Okay. What I'd like to talk about this morning is what can we do here? We have a bad problem. And I continually run out of my house. All I do is stay at home and sleep under my 60 protective layers like last night. My blood pressure still goes way high because of the compressor station. So I can't, who do I complain to? If I go to the sheriff's office, I can't put in a complaint because they won't take it. Who's going to make sure that these guys out there at the compressor stations are doing what they're supposed to do and keep this stuff within the noise limits? Nobody is holding them to task.
Well, I think there again, it's like we've talked about before. It'll have to be that process of someone higher than us saying that they're putting regulations in place that have to be followed.
Well, the Railroad Commission is the one that does the regulations, and I read and commented on their regulations. They were totally inadequate. They did nothing about that. I went over there and talked to the Railroad Commissioners, and one of them asked a question, and that was it. They didn't do anything with respect to anything that anyone else says. And when the Railroad Commissioner gets $3 million from the oil and gas for her re-election campaign, I don't have much hope in the Railroad Commission. This is terrible. Buying off our dadgum politicians over there in Austin. And us down here, we're having to suffer. I'm surprised that I'm still alive because I have been so tortured. I'm a 20-year veteran for this country. I've been all over the world doing things for this country. I don't deserve to be treated like this in my own home. Go out there and arrest that guy who's creating noise. He's running that compressor to make him turn it down low. We should have the authority to do that. Otherwise, you're going to jail. We can't do. Who says we can't do that? We have authority in this county to run this county.
All right, after court, if you'll come to office, we'll look and see where we can find that authority. All right.
It's in your regular authority that you have as a governing entity for the people.
We've been through this before. We don't have the authority to do anything unless we have been given that authority by either the Constitution or state laws.
Well, there is a state law now. It's House Bill 1818 that says that the Railroad Commission will make sure that we people are protected.
That's true, and that's
and so you, besides going to the Attorney General and getting an opinion, okay, we can also go to the Railroad Commission and say, hey, you've got to do something about this. Not just to the Attorney General. We need several avenues going. And all of them have a responsibility. The Attorney General has a responsibility to interpret the laws. And here's that law 1818. And we can write a letter to the Railroad Commission and saying you need to include noise in your annual plan. It's not in there. And to protect our people. We're getting people hurt all over the place. As a matter of fact, in these 23 counties who have over 1,000 gas wells, I estimate, based on research and data from the World Health Center over in Lisbon, Portugal, there's 2,360,000 persons in these 27 counties that have more than 1,000 gas wells. That's how many we estimate are being harmed in some manner, and serious harm, in these 27 counties. 2,300,000. What's this coronavirus? What's the estimate for Texas in that?
5 minutes.
This is worse. And I appreciate what you're doing and going to the Attorney General. It's
When we get
a
that
good thing
answer,
to do that.
when we get that answer back, then we'll see what we can do next.
But we can still follow up with the Railroad Commission,
Okay, yes.
and because they haven't complied with the law. 1818.
Go to item number 1, to approve the minutes of the November 4th regular meeting and November 17th special meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes on November 4th and November 17th.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments.
What's the $50,000 for, Judge? Second page.
Second page.
I know it's
Certification, the 50,723 is,
See over there.
the actual expenditure is for Fairfield Volunteer Fire Department for medical supplies that are being bought out of the CRF grant funds.
Okay.
And then the other part is, the big part, I guess, is for the Guardian Security for the controlled access. We don't have it put in yet.
Correct, we're just getting it ready so we can do the POs for it. So it hasn't been
Transferring the
done.
money, we're not actually paying for it today because we don't have it.
Yes, this is just to get the POs for it.
So that when it does come, it'll be in the right line item.
Yes, ma'am. There's also, on the second page, there's those amendments with the certifications in there for those 2 donations to the sheriff's office.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the budget transfer agreement.
And along with the certifications.
Certification.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Uh,
Motion carried. Have copies of those? Yeah.
I got it.
Thank you. Actually, yeah, let me have those back, I keep some of those. He'll give you those. That's all right. Are those the certifications too? Did you have
Yes, ma'am.
certifications?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the certifications,
Yeah, 2 pages.
okay.
Here, take those, I don't, there we go. That's good. Thank you.
No, don't have that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, and then, item number 3 is to approve and pay the bills. There are 2 separate sets. Motion carried. No payroll. Did we have a payroll? We did. All right, you already sent it around, that's right. Do we have a motion to approve the payroll as?
I'm just a question on the payroll.
Okay.
We have people that get docked, and we have people that do different things, but we do not on the payroll ever show people that get supplemental income. Is that something is there a reason why we don't do that?
To show that this sheet that we give y'all is only if there's a change on that payroll from anything else. So if there's a change in the money is what we show, except for y'all have asked for the admin to be added on there, and the, something else.
Well, sometimes we show that people get supplemental.
Yes, when there's a change, like, for instance, the county judge, she
Right,
gets,
correct.
hers isn't set over 26 payrolls at the time of the budget, just like anything else. And so when the state gives us her money, then we add it to her pay, so it increases her salary on that payroll. So we log it. If nobody's salary has changed in between the payrolls, then we don't log it.
But we have people that get supplemental every month, and that doesn't show up on here, because that doesn't change their.
Because they get it every month the same, so it's,
Do they get that on each paycheck, or is it just one paycheck a month?
they get it one paycheck a month, but it's set at
So
the time
would
of
one
salary,
show
just
one and
like.
one show something else?
It would.
So, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's probably nothing, but, I mean, if we're gonna do it one way, we should do it all the way. Because,
Well, we
I
do
mean,
that, it's just
because
that
the
it's
problem
salary
is,
time
we
just one
show
month of.
part of the time that somebody gets docked, like an employee gets docked. Okay, so they got docked this time, so if those people get supplemental one time and they don't get it the next time, would that not be different from what it was last time?
It would be, but again, we do that at payroll, it would be divided over the 26 like anything else, but when that got set up for the county clerk, I'm sure that's what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about everybody. Anybody that gets
When
supplemental,
that
I
got
don't
set up,
care.
it was just
I don't
divided
care
by
who it
12
is.
instead of 26. So it's still consecutive every month the same. That payroll every month doesn't change. It changes from the first payroll, but it doesn't change from the,
I had asked about a month ago, whenever I had, one day you weren't here, if we could have that report, and we still don't have it, so that's fine.
I brought it to you, Clyde.
No, I'm talking about monthly, so it would show up on here. Because some months they get more, some months they don't. Some paychecks they get more, some they don't.
I'll log that every second payroll.
Okay, that's all.
Did we have a motion on that?
Number
We've
one.
already voted.
Yeah, I just-
No, we
just
do
have a
not have a
question.
second or vote.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
Is there a motion, is that a second? All right, second. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 5 is reports. You don't have them? All right, item number 5 is reports. JP 3 for the month of October, the tax office for July, August, September for the tax office, and October for the county clerk, for the senior services. We have the auditor's report.
Tax office report.
Yeah. We have the auditor's report for October, and we have the treasurer's report, which is based on that. That's the one that she puts on the website. Does anyone else have a report? If not, do we have a motion to accept the reports?
I'll make a motion to accept the report.
All in favor, aye?
That's
Motion carried. Burn ban?
something I was hoping fire department did, because we've done had 2 frosts this week. And we got a lot of grass, all rain, and it's fixing to be a fire hazard. I don't know if y'all want to do anything about it today or not. It's supposed to rain this week.
Yeah.
I meant to call Jody before I come here this morning, I forgot about the call.
I like to wait
Wait till next time.
and see what happens, son.
Yeah, let's, they give a chance to rain.
Yeah, we can always have a special meeting to put it on if you want to do that. All right. No action on the burn ban. Item number 7 is special road use agreements, contracts, permits, and bonds. Do we have any? Not
I
really.
paid a bill for some kind of bond. I think it was on my bill list.
Yeah.
So have we approved those yet?
Is that just a continuation bond?
If it
We don't
is,
have-
they don't necessarily give you a bond every year. We don't get a bond, we just get the
A bill
renewal.
for continuation.
Okay.
All right, if there are none, we'll go to item number 8, which is bonds and education certificates, and we do have a bond for JP4 Shirley Mays for $8,000. Have a motion to approve that?
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried.
Come in, Andy.
I'm sorry? Okay, talk to him. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry, I did wrong. Sorry, I need to get up here. Item number 9 is to consider an order prohibiting certain fireworks in the county.
Come in, Andy. You always got to say something about that.
I'm not gonna
Let them
consider
burn,
it.
let them burn.
I'm not gonna consider it.
Well,
I've had a little fun this year.
no action. Item number 10, consider track workers' comp policy.
We got the-
Anything about that?
It's $2,752 less this year than
Happy
last year.
days.
Every category went down, even the fire department went down .71, I believe. So, but it'll go down this year, but it's probably gonna go up next year because we've had two claims, so.
Mhm. All right.
But at least it did go down.
Do we have a motion to approve, let's see, this is, I guess the motion would be to, continue with TAC for the workers' comp policy.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 11 is to accept the letter of resignation from Allison French from the CPS board. And it says she feels that due to her family's needs, she's not going to be able to do the best job possible to assist with projects.
Make the motion that we accept her resignation letter.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 12 is to consider a replat for the Wilderness Phase 4, lots 52 and 53 to be merged into 52R. Okay, we have the tax certificates. You've looked at that?
Have we not done, did we not do that already?
No, not this one, I don't think, unless it was a long time ago,
Okay.
because he just brought this in.
I make a motion that we approve the replat of, phase
Wilderness Phase 4, lots 52 and 53.
to a final plat of lot 52R.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried. Any comments from Commissioners Court members?
I read in the paper, I thought Mr. Fowler might be here this morning. It said at 12 o'clock at the industrial park, there's a new business coming in, and it's called
Black Ledge, LIDGE, I think, Asphalt Emulsifying Corporation out of Gulfport, Mississippi. Gonna put a plan in out there and hire 12 people. And said be there at 12 o'clock today.
I
Welcome
didn't read
them.
I didn't read that.
But I thought David might be here, tell us a little more and invite us.
Oh, I hope they put it in if they make asphalt products.
I do too. That'd be wonderful, right here in town.
Yeah.
Today is the senior citizens, having turkey and dressing, they're having their turkey and dressing thing today, I believe, at lunch.
Okay.
Bingo at 10.
Bingo at 10, okay, yeah. All right, anything else? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.